How's it going, Tankers? It's Mad, and welcome back to another episode of World of Tanks Console, and thank you for coming back to the channel. Let me say that for a change. That's something different, isn't it, from my normal intros? Anyway, so another new tank for me today. This is the Tier 8 Japanese Super Heavy, super in weight, and not much else. Yeah, it's the Oho. And when Wargaming came up with this one, someone in the office was just sat there going, oh ho 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 ho. Yeah, I don't really think much of this tank. In fact, I think that much of it, I'll just do my daily doubles, and then that's it. I'm going to save up some free XP to get the hell away from this thing. For me, remember, this is my own opinion. If you don't agree with me, then that's fine. This, for me, is the joint worst Tier 8 heavy tank in the entire game. So I've played all of the tech tree ones now. This was the last one for me. I've not played a couple of the premiums, but I'm talking about tech tree Tier 8 heavies here. For me, this is joint worst with the VK4502A. And to be honest, I would rather have the VK4502A over this, because at least you can play that thing like a medium tank. Whereas this one, 9 out of 10 games I've played in it, I've just wanted to cry, but every now and again it does become useful because of the armour. Mainly when there's no red squares on the enemy team. That's one condition for having a decent game in this tank. And certain maps as well, corridors it likes, where you keep all your enemies to your front, and you need to do that to make the most of its armour. Right, so back to my artillery thing. It's huge. I've had games in this where I've lost all my health in the first minute because I accidentally got spotted, and Tier 7, 8 artilleries have just taken all of my health, even though it's massively armoured. Like most of the tanks in the game, the top armour on the engine decking is quite thin, and artillery rounds go straight through it and pen you and take most of your health. Anyway, so on to the other thing about this tank, the choice of guns. Let's not even talk about the boobs yet. The choice of guns. You can run the derp gun like I am, which means you can do some damage. Remember, this is a Tier 8 tank with a 150 derp, so it's no KV2 because that's at Tier 6. Remember, this thing sees Tier 10s. Or you can run the 100mm.
Pues las chanclas, todo despeinado porque no me dio tiempo nada ponerme las chanclas y el bañador. Voy a la playa, había subido la marea. Eso. Eso. Había subido la marea y encontré una paella. Y la encontré porque estaba la paellera agarrada metida entre las piedras de Chipiona del faro. Y cuando entro en el restaurante me ve el cocinero con una paellera y adentro la vende paellera. ¡Asómate! ¡Mira dónde llega el agua! Llegaba el agua hasta el restaurante. Había subido la marea.
Right, so what's the big problem with the 100mm on this thing? Well, the fact that it doesn't get a premium round, or at least it didn't the last time I tried it. So basically the same pen as the Oni, and you go up a tier and you meet Tier 10s and they laugh at you. On to the other bad thing, the two like mini turrets on the front will look like boobs. That stops you basically getting any gun depression over them. So if you're trying to fight round a left hand corner, or you're side scraping the wrong way, people can just get under your gun. You can't aim at weak armour, and it's just horrendous. Even over to the right, you normally have to expose so much of your right hand side armour that high pen guns can go through this thick armour, and it makes it a really unpleasant tank to play. However, don't like using that word anymore, but I'm gonna have to. In the certain situations, like now, the one use of this tank becomes very useful. It's just a big, giant roadblock. And the fact when you run the derp with HE, If you want to damage somebody, you're going to damage them unless you hit something ridiculously thick, like that bad shot I took on the Super Persian there. Did less than 100 damage. But as long as you aim fairly decent, you can expect 300 to 400 on some fairly thick armour. And you can see now there's a T30 there with the 120mm. I'm now a roadblock. I'm holding up this whole corner here on my own. There's a couple of guys behind that are taking sniping shots, which is why I'm trying to aim for tracks if I can. Yeah, so that's the only thing I've found this tank useful for, is for holding one tiny little spot. Now if these guys were brave enough, they would just drive around me and kill me quickly before the guys at my side could do anything about it. Right, lovely tracking shot. Super P, loads of armour, still doing over 200. And you can see I'm pulling back between my reloads to tempt the guys around the corner so that my team that are, you know, a bit too far back can get some damage done in between. Right, there we go. Gun depression, fail. Kill the AT-15 though. And you can see gradually, there we go, bouncy IS-3. Nice shot in from the team. Looked like a high explosive round from somebody. Don't know who it was. Yeah. Right, so now IS-3 low health. Can't do anything about it unless I was to aim really, really stupid and hit his gun or something. And he's dead as well. So although the reload on this tank is quite long, I've been driving backwards and forwards like one of those sort of monkeys you see in a zoo that's been there too long and they rock backwards and forwards. That's what I've been doing for the last few minutes. And that's this flank 1, just by putting my tank somewhere where it's a little bit scary to a few people. When you get into tier 9-10 game with this thing though, people don't find this very scary. I have had a few games that have been quite funny. I managed to bounce an entire T57 heavy clip, but he tracked me with his last shot, and a Batchat 155-58 then killed me with his 4-shot clip. So it then became not so funny. Yeah, so it swings and roundabouts with this thing, and the good times are heavily outweighed by the bad times, in my opinion. Remember, everything I say on my channel is just my opinion. I'm not trying to tell you guys anything. I always just try and put my opinion across and let you guys be the judge of what I say. If it's total BS, then tell me, like in the comments section. That's what the comments section is for. Yeah. Anyway, so like I said, won that flank. You can see I've got 13 hits and 12 critical hits. That's what high explosive does with large caliber weapons. Tends to break modules, which is nice as well. Right, you see this tank? It's slow, it's a proper heavy tank. It's just a shame it's so big. Right, instead of pushing on to the enemy spawn, it's a team destruction game mode, so we didn't see them down there. I doubt they would actually be camping the base at this late stage of the game, so hopefully I've made the right choice, and it looks like I have. Being my team are right up in the north there, not spotted anything yet. And right now, in a second, you're going to see one of the best things about this tank. There we go, a KV-5. Even with premium rounds, you're almost impervious to a KV-5. So I just sit here, slightly angled, aiming for the droids, get one hit. It only rolls for 200, so I don't think I could have hit this droid properly. See, look, gun depression. That's the maximum gun depression because I'm aiming over the boobs. Right, so now I'm aiming for a track. This guy's going to die very soon. There we go, one crit hit. There we go, boom boom. Couple of bit more assist points to try and get me some extra XP so I can get the hell away from this tank as quickly as possible. Right, so it's during a ×4 event, so that's a lovely bit of XP just to get me through this tank as quickly as possible. Mastery 1, is that a sniper in a no-ho with a derp gun? Yep. Right, so only 3,600 damage, but top of the team with some nice base XP, and I wouldn't dream of showing you that sort of damage game in any other tier 8 tank, but in the oh-ho, that's what I got, and that's what you're getting. Anyway, cheers guys, thanks for coming along, I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.